team? It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with the dilemma. Should I come out to my wife from Jubilee? I've heard a couple things about this video. I've been told to check it out, so that's what we're going to do. Now, before I check this out, I need you guys to subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon, all up top. You're subscribed to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you got to do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Human, I talk back. If you guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. What we got?
I love my wife, but I'm gay.
Oh, wow.
Should I come out now? Yes or no?
Oh, wow. I'm intrigued.
We brought together a group of strangers to help an anonymous person make one of their toughest decisions.
My wife is the most important person in my life, and I would never want to do anything to hurt her. But I'm also gay, so I'm not sure how to approach it or even how to come out.
After hearing the group's advice,
God, that's tough. Oh my. You're already married. I love my wife, but were you gay before you got married? And you still married her? Because that's just kind of wrong. That's kind of disrespectful. I think you have to. My opinion is that you got to come out to her, man. Because it's just not fair to her. She could. Y'all could end up splitting up, and she could fall in love with someone else. But for her to be in love, you say you do love her. That's a tough position. I don't envy you. I'm not a professional, but my opinion is come out.
How to approach it, or even how to come out.
after hearing the group's advice, which choice will this person make? This is the dilemma.
Wow. Everybody said yeah. Everybody said yes. Gotta come out, bro.
How long into the relationship did you realize you were gay?
I knew before I got
Wow. That's I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. For you to marry her knowing that you're gay, bro. Like, and then it's not only hurtful and disrespectful to her. Like, you're throwing your own happiness to the wayside. You are the most important person in your life because you have to live with the decisions that you make. And I feel like everybody should make the best decisions so they can live a happy life. You just throwing your happiness to the wayside. Even if she's happy, she's happy under a lie. So, God dang it, man.
I knew before I got married.
Wow.
How did you meet your partner?
We grew up in the same community together. We started off as friends, then best friends, and it grew from there.
Okay.
Is your partner supportive of everything you do?
In our viewpoints on religion, yes. In terms of supporting the LGBT community, no.
Oh, wow.
So religion is a big cornerstone of your guys' relationship?
We both grew up in the same religious community, so we both grew up with the same values and the same social guidelines. So yes.
Do you think your wife knows you're gay?
No, she doesn't.
What was the main reason as to why you went to the yes side?
I have a few family members in the LGBTQ plus community. I know all their experiences coming out have been positive, at least in the long run. I really thought to myself about him coming here, wanting to, share his truth and, speak to us about it. I knew that it's about time. It's starting to boil over, and he needs to come out.
Yeah, I like that.
What was your reasoning for marrying a woman even though you knew you were gay?
I thought that if I got married, that it would change me.
Okay.
I could become straight.
What are your intentions in life, and how do you want to feel about your life?
I want to be truthful, but I also don't want to hurt the people surrounding me.
I understand.
I'm a very honest person. I don't lie. So the fact that I'm basically living a lie right now gives me a lot of anxiety and depression. But I know if I came out suddenly, it would devastate her.
I understand where he's coming from, her as not wanting to hurt her, not wanting to devastate her and hurt her feelings. But at the same time, you gotta take your feelings into account. You gotta take your happiness into account. And she may be devastated, but over time, she will learn to move on, and she could find someone that truly, I know you say you love her, but that truly loves her and is in love with her. You feel me? And so you just got to, man. You are the most important person in your life, man.
No, if I came out suddenly, it would devastate her.
The thing is, I'm bisexual, and
Okay.
I would have never said anything if I ended up falling in love with a man and everything worked out. And, you know, I fell in love with a woman, and I didn't want to hide anymore. Being your authentic self is my principle.
Got
So
to.
is there an expected fallout that extends beyond just the relationship of you and your wife? Like, is it more than just your guys' relationship that's at stake?
Good question.
My job is tied to the church, so I could potentially lose my job. I would most likely lose my family, my friends, my wife. I would lose everything, basically. I would have nothing and no support.
Oh, my Lord.
Are we the only people who know about this?
I've never told anyone.
Just based on this information now, you guys can switch to the other side if you want.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. It's tough. Gosh. At first, I'm so sure, like, yeah, you gotta come. But you talking about I could lose my family, my job, my friends. Like, I would have nothing and no support. If they're truly your friends, like, they wouldn't leave you over this. But if they're your wife's friends too, it's like, how long have you been? You knew before you got married to her, and you lied to her all this time. You've been living a lie. Like, gosh dang it, man. Gosh dang it. I still say be honest so far. So far, I still say be honest, but I can understand why a couple people went over to the no side. Oh my gosh, this dilemma is, I feel like I'm going through it.
He was explaining what's at stake if he comes out immediately. Because of that, the more I thought about that, the more I was like, you know what? He's going to be losing literally everything because of this. So I feel like he needs to have some sort of plan in motion first.
The reason I said no, I'm bisexual. Same as you. It took me a cool minute to kind of come to terms with that. So it's like, I look more at like, am I safe? If you do, gone. You could lose a lot of things that you've built up on this foundation.
Have you at all considered reaching out to therapy or some sort of counseling to help you through this process?
In the community I live in, it's a little bit hard to find counseling. I live in a more rural area, so the majority of counselors are based through the church.
Can you tell me a little bit more about your relationship with God? And has there been moments where you've personally experienced Him guide you?
Yeah, I would say, faith has been a deciding factor in all things that I do in my life, and that I don't, follow God blindly. I've felt Him work in my life before. So for me, it's a real relationship that I have, and it's the most important relationship I have. God goes before everything else.
Faith is just a huge factor for my truth. To me, that's what I resonated the most. So I wanted to be that representation of like, hey, if you just go in with blind faith, it could still work out.
If you show who you really are to somebody, to anybody, they're gonna show you who they are.
Facts.
And if you're
Facts. But I don't think it's more. I don't think them showing themselves who they like, if they're upset with them or if they leave them, it's more of a, I don't accept your way of life. I don't accept who you are. It's more of a, why have you been lying to everyone this whole time? Like, you literally have a family that was built upon a lie. I think it's more of a coming from that perspective than a, I don't accept who you are. You feel me?
anybody, they're gonna show you who they are, like 100% of the time. And if you're surrounding yourself with people who are kind of not in support of the person that you really are, then that's not a healthy situation to be in. And I think he should 100% come out like today.
I'm bisexual. It took me a cool minute. One of my, I'm not gonna name names, I'll say a family member, told my parents. It gave me a lot of anxiety. It was like, am I gonna get kicked out? I'm gonna stay here. Are they upset with me? It was very much like, okay, whatever, I don't wanna talk to you right now. And it's like, I know coming out, like everyone's like, do it, it's great. You'll feel better. But for me, coming out, it made me feel worse. Because I'm like, I live my truth, but it didn't make me feel the way I wanted to feel.
I believe that everybody should live their truth. You're not emotionally responsible for anybody. You don't owe anybody your life. You be you, and they'll figure out how to be them.
I think it's different, like you're saying, you're not responsible for other people's feelings, but it is, I know the guilt that I would feel as like a husband to be hiding something from my wife is like horrible.
Yeah, because like, let's also not forget that they are married. They have vows.
Yeah.
And part
Yeah.
of
There's
those
a lot
vows
attached
is
to
to
that.
tell the truth. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Facts.
Because you're taking away another person's ability to live in reality. And that's
Facts.
I
Facts.
do want to
I
point
do
out that
agree
I'm
with
not
that.
necessarily saying that he should wait like years to come out. I'm just saying maybe
no,
take
don't do
just like a couple months. Like I would say go to counseling, go to therapy, figure out who you are and who you are even without the church and without your wife and without all of that stuff. Once you figure all that out, then you can start going through that process of how am I going to come out.
Yeah, but I think I think the focus should be more like him just finding himself, you know? Like all that planning, you know, like where's he gonna go and all that stuff. Yeah, those are tough questions, but it doesn't have to be answered right now because, you know, it takes baby steps.
I feel like I understand where both of them coming from. You should have a plan. If you feel like you're gonna lose everything, like you should have a plan. You should get to understand. But at the same time, like my guy said, it's not fair that your wives can't live in reality because, gosh, this decision, man. I think you just have to come out. Just for your family, honestly. It's just not fair to them. It's just not fair to them. That's the only thing I can say. Cause I can't fathom being in his shoes making this decision because I understand why you shouldn't and I understand why you should. I'm still leaning towards should, just taking his family's feelings into account.
Have to be answered right now because, you know, it takes baby steps.
Oh wow.
Coming out is not ripping off a Band-Aid. It comes with so much anxiety. It comes with so much fallbacks depending on who you are, where your community is aligned, you know what I mean? And it shouldn't just be ripped off, because even ripping off Band-Aids hurt. You know what I mean? It's not a painless process just because it's quick. And people really need to understand that.
Was there anything in the discussion that caught your attention in some way?
I think when they were mentioning when you come out, like right now, that person will show their true colors to me. That resonated with me because that is true. The other issue that was brought up was the point of counseling and kind of preparing myself. I feel like that could be beneficial.
For sure. The groups will separately prepare their final advice to present to Jacob.
Vinny, I think there was too much discussion of what's step 10, what's step 7, what do we do like 3 stages from now?
I think that's what he's getting at. I think what he needs from us is comfort.
Like ultimately, at the end of the day, people are going to be people, and you can't predict how someone's going to react.
Right.
Also, I've met people who've been in a dangerous situation because they came out.
So the biggest concern
My
is his
community.
safety.
So one thing we talked about was not necessarily needing a plan because your dilemma isn't coming out to the world right now, but it's coming out to your wife, like your partner. And just as a married man of faith, you said your wife grew up in the church with you and you grew up in the church, and so your wife possesses those fruits of the Spirit that are like patience and kindness. And I think those attributes, like you said, it sounds like are in her. And so she would be loving and kind and patient with you.
No. I can't see that because he knew he was gay before he married her. And he thought that he would change. And I understand that he thought being married to her would change him, but maybe she is patient, maybe she is kind, but that's unfair to her to ask her to be patient and kind when you've lied to her this whole time. When you have a family with her and you've lied to her like that, it's unfair to ask her to be patient and kind. And it's unfair to say if she reacts wrong, that those are her true colors. No, because she just it's a lot to process. She realized she's been living like a lie. Your whole relationship is a lie. Your whole marriage is a lie. Like, that's a lot to process. That is a ton to process.
You said it sounds like are in her, and so she would be loving and kind and patient with you.
One of the things I want to just encourage you on is that you've been in a vulnerable position before where you had to put your whole trust in God and he came through.
Good
So
point.
I just encourage you to sometimes be okay with taking just the first step forward, and everything else you could figure out along the way.
So
I
first
do
want
like
to be
that.
clear that yes, you should come out, but you should definitely wait and give it a little bit more time. Because we're worried about your safety, number one. The other thing too is that you need resources and you need time to get those resources. Like I said, like these divorce processes and everything, they don't take a week. And then it's all about your community, right? Personally, me and my family is super religious, so I very much understand where you're coming from about investing so much time in your community and the sense of loss that comes with it. But you have to understand that you'll be fine, your relationship with God will be fine, but this is a very tough decision that is more than that.
Jacob, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling like I got a lot of just helpful words that have helped me kind of put together an idea of what I want to do going forward.
Have you made a decision in your mind right now?
Yeah, I think I have.
A few weeks later.
Yeah, so upon getting home,
I'm
I told my
scared.
wife that I wanted to do counseling. And we've been meeting with a wonderful counselor, and she has just been able to give us a lot of tools to work with. We meet one-on-one, so I get a chance to be very open with her about how I feel. So I think within the next few months, definitely, I'll be ready to fully come out and just prepare myself and my wife for that. I feel like the weight's been lifted a bit. I still have a journey to go through, and it's going to be hard either way,
Yes.
but I feel a bit of closure in the sense that I know what I want to do now. Well, I do believe that it's a decision to be made faithfully through God. I also think that it should be a decision that's made with the help of a counselor. I think that it's only fair to my wife that when I come out, I do it in a way that's not only safe for me, but safe for her, and to make sure that I have the resources I need in case something does go wrong. You guys are the first people that I've ever opened up to about this, so it was...
I know that if you hit that wall of just like, I don't feel like no one's gonna support me, no one has my back, know that we have your back, in spirit, from the distance. Like, you have people who believe in you and who's going to support you, who want you to be happy, and you deserve that.
Man, that was
Are you
big time. That was huge. Gosh, what a freaking dilemma, man. I can't even imagine being in his shoes. I can't imagine having to make that decision. Yeah, I'm glad they started going to counseling. Gosh, I don't know what to say. Y'all comment what y'all think. That's all we got for this one. If you guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon, all up top. You know, subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy D Neal. Out.